Hello students, welcome to my channel. I am Hashim Ali Khan here. Right now I am giving the lectures on the subject Financial Accounting 1. In this subject, I am giving the lecture on the topic Rectification of Errors. Already I have prepared the video on Introduction to Rectification of Errors. I have given the videos on short problems, as well as we have completed 5 main problems on rectification of errors. So my regular viewers already might have watched all these videos, got a good grasp on understanding how to rectify the errors in accounting. So if you have not watched my previous videos, please go to the playlist, select the subject Financial Accounting 1. In that subject, select the videos of rectification of errors. Watch the theory video, then you start the problem. It will be beneficial for you. And for those viewers who are first time watching my videos, I suggest you to select your subject from the playlist. I have uploaded a number of videos on different subjects in the playlist. So now I am going to start the next problem, that is problem number 6. Already 5 problems we have done in the previous videos. Now, before starting the problem, I expect my viewers to have a hard copy of the problems. I have provided all the problems in the link under my description. So take a printout of the problems and keep it ready before watching the problems. Now I am reading out the 6th problem. The following errors were detected after the preparation of trial balance. See here, already trial balance was prepared, and after preparing the trial balance, some errors were noticed. So normally what will happen, before trial balance itself, before making the trial balance, we'll find out if the errors are there. If there are errors, we rectify them before making the trial balance. Sometimes we are hurry in tallying the trial balance because we have to prepare the final accounts. We cannot prolong to prepare the final accounts. We are in hurry. So in that case, whatever difference we are getting in the trial balance, we put it in a suspense account. The suspense account may show debit balance or it may show credit balance. Now, after that year, after closing all the accounts, after preparing the financial statements, then we'll go and find out where the errors are. Now we rectify the errors by using the suspense account. If a particular account has to be debited, then suspense account will be created. If a particular account is to be credited, then suspense account will be debited. In this way, we pass the rectification entries, and after passing all the entries, the suspense account will get closed. In our problem, last sentence it is given, give rectification entries and prepare suspense account. So we have to pass the rectification entries by using suspense account. We should not give simply narration. If it is a one-sided error, in the previous problem we have rectified by giving only narration, explanation, supposing that there was no suspense account. But here specifically it is saying suspense account. Using suspense account, you have to rectify the error. That means we will not give any narration or explanation. We'll pass the entry for every error. Right? That is the problem. Now here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 errors are given. We have to rectify those errors and prepare the suspense account. Now see here, first error. A sale of rupees 2000 to Shanti was credited to her account. First of all, you just visualize what is the entry when we sell the goods to Shanti. Sale of 2000 to Shanti. The correct entry is Shanti account data to sales. Shanti is the customer. So Shanti account data to sales. That is the correct entry. Shanti account should have been debited and sales account should have been credited. Now here what it is saying was credited to her account. The mistake is, instead of debiting Shanti account, we have credited Shanti account. Wrong side we have taken. Instead of taking debit side, we have taken it on the credit side. Double the amount. Now how to rectify? Double the amount, because instead of debiting, we have taken on the credit side. So 2 mistakes you have done. The first mistake, you should have debited to Shanti. You have not debited. First mistake. Second mistake, by mistake you have taken on the credit side of Shanti account. So that we have to remove. So by mistake you have taken on credit side. To cancel it, we have to debit it. And we have not debited earlier. Now we debit. So totally 4,000 rupees is the difference. Now Shanti's account should be debited by 4,000. Then credit should be given to suspense account. If suspense account are not used, then simply by narration we would have rectified. This error can be rectified by debiting Shanti's account by rupees 4,000. That is the error. Without suspense account. If we are using suspense account, then Shanti's account data to suspense account 4,000. Remember one point. If we have taken an amount on the wrong side, then we have to double the amount. If we have to actually debit Shanti's account. We have not debited. We have taken wrongly on the credit side. Now we debit with double the amount. 2,000 plus 2,000, 4,000. So rectification entry will be Shanti account data to suspense account. Second, the sales return book had been cast rupees 1,000 short. That means sales return book was cast short by 1,000. Added less by rupees 1,000. Now see here, sales return book is a subsidiary book. The total of sales return book will be posted to sales return account. Now, one point you remember, sales always shows credit balance. Sales return will show debit balance. So, sales return account will be debited. Now, here on debit side of sales return, we have taken less. How much less? 1,000. If there is no suspense account, we would have written the explanation. This error can be rectified by debiting sales return account by rupees 1,000 without suspense account. But here in this problem, it is asking you to use suspense account. So we pass the rectifying entry, sales return account data to suspense account. You can see here, sales return account data to suspense account. Third, a sale of rupees 1,500 had been posted through the purchases book. Actually, when we sell the goods, it should have been recorded in the sales book. But by mistake, the accountant has recorded in the purchases book. However, the customer account is correctly debited. There is no error in customer account. See here, when we sell the goods to a customer, the entry will be customer account data to sales. Customer account data to sales. Customer should have been debited and he is debited, so no error in customer account. Now actually sales account should have been credited, but it is not credited. Which account is debited? Purchases account was debited. When we purchase the goods, the entry will be purchases account data to the party account, to the supplier account. The purchase account will be debited by taking in purchase book. Purchase account is debited by mistake. So, if there is no suspense account, the narration will be, this error can be rectified by crediting sales account with rupees 1,500 and also crediting purchases account by rupees 1,500. By mistake, we have debited purchases account. By mistake, we have debited purchase account. Now, purchase account will be credited. Sales account we have not credited. Now we credit. So we have to credit purchase account, we have to credit sales account if there is no suspense account. If we are using suspense account, then debit suspense account data to purchases account to sales account. So suspense account data 3,000 to sales account 1,500 to purchases account 1,500. The rectifying entry, suspense account data 3,000 to sales account 1,500 to purchase account 1,500. Right? This is the rectification of third error. Now fourth error. Purchases from Parul. Purchases from Parul. Rupees 6,710 were debited to his account as 6,170. Carefully you see. It's a very big mistake. Purchased goods from Parul. So journal entry will be purchases account data to Parul account. Purchases account data to Parul account. There is no mistake in purchases. There is a mistake in the Parul's account, that party's account. Actually, Parul's account should have been credited by 6,710. Credited by 6,710. But by mistake, the accountant has debited. By mistake, the accountant has debited. How much he has debited? 6,170. So first of all, we have to remove this debit. By mistake, his account is debited. So we have to remove this mistake. So on debit side, we have taken 6,170. Now credit side, for cancelling, we have to take it on the credit side. Credit side will take 6,170. And one more credit. Actually, Parul's account should have been credited by 6,710. That is not credited. Now we credit. That means on the credit side of parole account, the actual purchase is 6,710 we have to credit. Apart from that, by mistake we have debited. That also we have to credit. So add up both the amounts. 6,710 and 6,170. Add up both the amounts. And that will be taken on the credit side of parole's account. Credit side of parole's account. Now when we have to pass the entry, we'll pass the entry like this: suspense account debtor to parole's account with the total 6,710 plus 6,170, 12,880. So entry will be suspense account debtor to parole's account, 12,880. Understood? When we purchase the goods, his account should have been credited, but his account is not credited. But instead of that, we have debited. By mistake, we have debited. So we have to cancel the debit and also we have to credit. Cancel the debit by 6,170 and we have to credit parole's account by 6,070. So totally 12,880 rupees should be credited to parole's account. So suspense account debtor to parole's account. Last one. Rupees 3,750 paid as wages to workers for making showcases. For making showcases were charged to wages account. See here, when actually wages are paid for workers for converting raw material into finished goods for production purpose. For production purpose, when wages are paid, then wages should be debited. But here wages are paid for making showcases. Showcase is the furniture. Making furniture. Furniture is an asset. So when wages are paid for making showcase or furniture, the correct entry should be furniture account debtor to cash. Furniture should be debited, cash should be credited. But by mistake, furniture was not debited, but wages account was debited. Was charged to wages account. By mistake, wages account was debited. Now we credit wages. To cancel, we have to credit wages, right? Debit should be given to furniture account. This entry will not affect the suspense account. This error will not affect the suspense account. Because simply, instead of debiting furniture account, we have debited wages account. Now wages को credit करेंगे, furniture को debit करेंगे. So correct rectification entry will be furniture account debtor to wages account. That's all. So we have rectified all the entries. Now it is asking you to make the suspense account. Now opening balance of suspense account is not given in the problem. It may have a debit balance opening or credit balance opening. So to be on the safer side, what I have done is I have prepared the suspense account. Debit side I have taken to balance brought down. Credit side I have taken by balance brought down. I don't know whether the balance will come on debit side or credit side. We'll see. And if it is having a debit balance, we'll put a dash on the credit side. If we are having a credit balance, put a dash on the debit balance afterwards, after posting the entries. First entry, Shanti account debtor to suspense. So suspense account is credited. Suspense account is credited. So credit side we write by Shanti. Here I am writing by Shanti. The amount is 4,000. Second entry, sales return account debtor to suspense account. Again suspense account is credited by sales return. So here I am writing by sales return. How much is the amount there? 1,000. Two entries I have posted. Third entry, suspense account debtor to sales to purchases. So suspense account should be debited. So debit side I am writing. What are the two accounts here? Sales and purchases. To sales and to purchases. How much are the amounts? 1,500 and 1,500. Come on, three entries I have posted. Fourth entry, suspense account debtor to parole's account. Suspense account is debited. So debit side to parole's account. How much? 12,880. That's all. In this last error, there is no suspense account. So it will not be posted to suspense account. Now I have to see which side is more. So obviously debit side is more. 12,880 plus 3,000. 12 plus 3, 15. 15,880. So debit side I am getting 15,880 more. Debit side is more. So from 15,880, I have to deduct 4,000 plus 1,000, 5,000. So 15,880 minus 5,000, you'll get 10,880. So here I am writing 10,880. This is the balancing figure. Here put a dash. So we are having a credit balance of 10,880 in suspense account. That's all. So this is the end of problem number 6. Come on, now we'll start the next problem. Problem number 7. See the 7th problem. An accountant could not tally the trial balance. The difference was placed to suspense account. That means we have to rectify the errors by using suspense account. Whichever account has to be debited or credited, the entry will be completed by using suspense account. The following errors were located. So error 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 errors are given. Give rectification entries and prepare suspense account. So we have to pass the rectification entries and ultimately we have to prepare the suspense account. Now see, first error. In the problem, the first error given, the sales book was undercast by rupees 350. Sales book is a subsidiary book. The total of sales book will be transferred to sales account. And sales account always shows a credit balance. Sales account will be credited. So here where sales book was undercast. Undercast means taken less. So sales account is showing a less balance of 350. So if there is no suspense account, we will have just written one sentence. The error can be rectified by crediting sales account by 350. But here we have to use the suspense account. So we'll complete the entry suspense account data to sales account. Suspense account data to sales account 350 rupees. By passing this rectification entry, the error will be rectified. Second, legal expense rupees 95 were not posted to legal expenses account. Legal expenses paid. The entry will be legal expenses account data to cash. Legal expenses should have been debited, but it is saying that legal expenses was not debited. So if there is no suspense account, we would have just written one sentence. The error can be rectified by debiting legal expenses account. But here we have to use the suspense account, so we pass the entry legal expenses account data to suspense account. Legal expense account data to suspense account. 2 errors we have rectified. Third, discount allowed column of cash book was wrongly added as 140 instead of 120. So discount allowed column, it will be on the debit side. Discount allowed shows debit balance. Discount received shows credit balance. So here discount allowed column of cash book, so it will show debit balance. On debit side, by mistake we have taken 140. By mistake, wrongly, we have taken 140 instead of the correct amount of 120. So actually discount allowed should have been debited by 120. By mistake we have debited by 140. So 20 rupees more we have taken on debit side. So to cancel that we have to credit. That 20 rupees more we have debited to discount allowed column. So we have to take 20 rupees on the credit side. So discount allowed should be credited by 20 rupees. So suspense account should be debited. The entry will be suspense account data to discount allowed 20 rupees. Error is rectified. Now commission paid rupees 25 was posted twice in commission account. Commission paid, the entry will be commission account data to cash. Commission account data to cash. So commission account should have been debited. But here it is debited twice, not once. 2 times we have debited commission account. So 1 time we credit it. To cancel that, to rectify, 1 time we have to credit commission account. So when you are crediting commission account, debit should be given to suspense account. So entry will be suspense account data to commission account. Sale of rupees 139 to Ramnath was posted to his account as 193. Sale of goods to Ramnath 139. So entry will be Ramnath account data to sales. The correct entry is Ramnath account data to sales. So Ramnath account should have been debited by 139. But by mistake Ramnath account was debited by 193. That means more amount we have debited to Ramnath account. To cancel that we have to credit Ramnath. Because we have to debit Ramnath by 139. but by mistake we have taken on debit side 193. So how much excess we have taken? 54 rupees. So 54 rupees more debit we have given to Ramnath. So Ramnath should be credited by 54. Ramnath account should be created by 54. So debit should be given to suspense account data to Ramnath account 54. That's all. So we have rectified all the errors. Now it is asking you to make the suspense account. Suspense account. In suspense account, we don't know whether opening balance you may get on debit side or credit side. So to be on the safer side, I have taken two balance brought down, by balance brought down. Whichever will be used, will take the amount, the other one will put it dash. Now see, first entry I am posting. The first entry is suspense account data to sales. The suspense account is debited to sales. How much is the amount there? 350. Then second entry, legal expense account data to suspense account. Suspense account is credited by 95. So by legal expenses. By legal expenses 95. Two entries posted. Next entry is suspense account data to discount allowed. The suspense account is debited to discount allowed. To discount allowed. It is 20 rupees. Then next one is suspense account data to commission. So suspense account should be debited to commission. To commission 25 rupees. Last entry is suspense account data to Ramnath. So suspense account should be debited to Ramnath. How much? 54. That's all. We have posted all the entries to suspense account. Now we find out the balance. Which side is more? Obviously debit side is more. So debit side 350 plus 20 plus 25 plus 54. It comes to 449. Debit side total 449. From 449, subtract 95 minus 95, you will get 354. So here you write on 354 balancing figure. Here on debit side, put a dash. So we are having a credit opening balance, credit side opening balance of suspense account of 354. That's all. So we have completed problem number 7. Come on, now we'll start the next problem, problem number 8. See the 8th problem carefully. A bookkeeper, while balancing his books, finds that he is out with an excess credit of rupees 91.80. So an accountant, a bookkeeper, finds that his trial balance is not tallying. The trial balance is out by having excess credit of 91.80. That means more credit he is having 91.80. So he has to take a balancing figure in debit column. In debit column, he will take the balancing figure suspense account. So suspense account will have an opening balance of 91.80. Previous last two problems we have prepared, opening balance of suspense account was not given. But in this problem, opening balance of suspense account is given 91.80. Being required to prepare the final accounts, he places the difference in a newly opened suspense account, which he carries forward to the next year. In the next year, the mistakes were discovered as follows. So this balance of 91.80 was temporarily taken in a separate account called suspense account, and temporarily the trial balance got tallied, final accounts are prepared. And in the next year, we have to find out what are the mistakes committed due to which we are getting a trial balance difference of 91.80. Now we have to rectify and remove the suspense account, right? Now, the errors are given A, B, C, D, E, F. Draft the journal entries necessary for rectifying the above mistakes. Prepare the suspense account. It is asking you to make the rectifying entries, and after passing the entries, we are required to prepare the suspense account. Now, see here carefully, one by one error we will rectify. First error. Goods bought from a merchant amounting to 5 rupee 50 paisa. The same thing is given in the problem. So goods bought means purchased from a merchant amounting to 5.50 had been posted to the credit side of his account as 55 rupees. When we purchase the goods from the merchant, the entry will be purchases account data to merchant's account. The merchant account should have been credited by 5 rupee 50 paisa. Actual correct amount is 5.5. The merchant's account should be credited by 5.5, but by mistake his account is credited by 55 rupees. That means excess credit we have made to merchant account. How much excess? 55 minus 5.5. 55 minus 5.5, you'll get 49.5. The 49.5 is the excess credit given to the merchant. Now to cancel that 49.5 should be debited to merchant. Because we have taken more amount on credit side, to cancel we have to debit the merchant account. The rectifying entry will be merchant's account debtor to suspense account. Merchant's account debtor to suspense account, 49.5. That's all. First error rectified. Second, a dishonored check for rupees 200 returned by the firm's bank has been credited to bank account and debited to general expenses account. Actually, one customer has given a check and we have deposited the check with the bank. But the banker has informed that the check is dishonored. The dishonored entry will be customer's account debtor to bank account. Actually, when we receive the check, we have passed the entry bank account debtor to customer account. When we receive the check from the customer, we have written the entry bank account debtor to customer account. We have debited bank, so bank balance will increase, and we have credited the customer account is closed, finished. But later on, the banker has informed that the check deposited is dishonored. Now we have to reverse the entry. Reverse the entry means customer account debtor to bank account. This is the entry on dishonor. Here bank account is credited, had been credited to bank account, correctly credited to bank account, correctly credited. But debit should be given to customer account, but by mistake debit was given to general expenses account. By mistake, debit was given to general expenses account. Now we credit general expense because we have to cancel. General expenses by mistake we have debited. We have debited general expenses by mistake. Now we credit general expense. The general expense will be credited. To which account we have to debit? The customer's account, because customer was not debited. Now we should debit customer account. So customer account debtor to general expenses. In this entry, suspense account will not come. Simply, we have to debit customer account. We have not debited. We have debited general expense account. The general expense account will be credited. Customer account will be debited. That's it. Now, an item of rupees 10.10. An item of rupees 10.10 entered in the sales return book had been posted to the debit of customers who returned the book. See here. Actually, when there is a sales return, the entry will be sales return account debtor to customer account. Sales return account debtor to customer account. This is a cut entry. So customer account should be credited by 10.10. Customer account should have been credited by 10.10. But what is the mistake? The customer's account had been debited, posted on the debit side of customer account. Instead of crediting the customer account, by mistake we have debited the customer account, opposite side. Opposite side we have taken. Now we have to double the amount and credit it. Double the amount means 10.10 plus 10.10, 20.20. Now customer's account should be credited by 20.20. There is no error in sales return account. Sales return account was correctly debited. The only difference is customer account should have been credited, but by mistake his account is debited. His account is debited. Now we credit customer's account by double the amount, 10.10 plus 10, 20.20. So entry will be suspense account debtor to customer's account. Suspense account debtor to customer's account. How much? 10.10 plus 10.10, 20.20. That's it. Next step, sundry items of plant sold. Sundry items of plant sold amounting to 260 had been entered in the sales day book. Actually, when asset is sold, plant and machinery is the asset. When asset is sold, the entry will be customer account debtor to asset account. Asset means plant. So customer account debtor to plant account, that is the entry when asset is sold. Asset account should be created. But by mistake, that amount is entered in the sales day book. Sales day book is a subsidiary book. Sales day book entry will be made when goods are sold. If goods are sold, then entry will be made in sales day book. But the mistake he has committed, goods are not sold, plant is sold. So that entry should not be written in the sales day book. Sales day book में लिखने से sales account will increase. Sales account will increase. Now we have to cancel it. So sales account should be debited. Sales account should be debited because by mistake it is entered in the sales day book. So sales account was credited. Now we have to cancel. So sales account should be debited. Which account should be created? Actually, when plant is sold, plant account should have been created. Plant account should have been credited, but it was not created. Instead of crediting plant account, we have created sales account. So now we credit plant account. Now we credit plant account. So entry will be sales account data to plant account. Sales account data to plant account. Sales account is debited because we want to cancel sales which are credited. It should be cancelled by debiting. Plant account we are crediting because plant account was not credited when we sell the plant. So this is the entry. Next one, an amount of rupees 60 owing by a customer had been omitted from the schedule of sundry debtors. An amount of rupees 60 owing by a customer. That means amount is due from customer, debtors, sundry debtors. Those are the total customers. So an amount has been omitted from sundry debtors. From sundry debtors. Now we have to bring that sundry debtor into account. So sundry debtor has to be increased. Sundry debtors has to be increased. So entry will be sundry debtors account debtor to suspense account. Sundry debtors account debtor to suspense account, 60 rupees. Next one, discount amounting to rupees 2.50 allowed to a customer had been only posted in his account but not entered in the discount column of cash book. Discount allowed to a customer. The entry will be discount allowed account debtor to customer's account. Discount allowed should be debited, customer account should be credited. What it is saying is customer account is rightly credited. There is no mistake. But discount allowed account was not debited. It was not debited in discount allowed account of the cash book. In cash book, we will open a column for discount allowed. In that discount allowed, we have not written. So now we debit. Now we debit the discount allowed. So credit should be given to suspense. Because customer account is already created. There is no error in customer account. It is a one-sided error. Only the error is discount allowed was not debited. Now we debit discount allowed account. Credit should be given to suspense. So discount allowed account debtor to suspense account. Over. All the entries we have rectified. Now we have to prepare the suspense account. Now this is the suspense account. It is given that the opening balance of suspense account was 91.80 excess credit. It is given in the problem, first line. Excess credit. When we are having excess credit, the balancing figure will be on the debit side. Balancing figure will be on the debit side. So in other words, we can say suspense account shows debit balance. Suspense account shows debit balance. That's why I have taken two balance brought down 91.80. This is the opening balance. Opening balance of suspense account given in the problem. Now we make posting of all the entries. The first entry is merchant's account debtor to suspense account. So suspense account is credited by merchant. By merchant's account. How much? 49.50. Similarly, second entry, customer account debtor to general expenses account. In this entry, we don't have suspense account. Ignore. Next one. Third, suspense account debtor to customer's account. Third one, suspense account debtor to customer. Suspense account is debited to customer's account. How much? 20.20. 20.20. Next entry is sales account debtor to plant account. There is no suspense account in this entry. Ignore. Next, sundry debtors account debtor to suspense account. So suspense account is credited by sundry debtors. by sundry debtors, it is 60 rupees. The last entry, discount allowed account data to suspense account. The suspense account is credited by discount allowed. By discount allowed 2.50. That's all. We have posted all the entries. Now we'll see whether suspense account will tally or not. Will both the sides will be equal or still remaining some errors. After rectifying the errors, we have to see if all the errors are completed, no further errors are there, then the suspense account will be closed. Now we'll find out debit side. 91.80 plus 20.20, it comes to 112. So debit side I'm getting 112 total. Credit side 49.50 plus 60 plus 2.50, 112. Got it. So I'm getting both the sides equal, 112. Suspense account is closed. That means these are the only errors in the books of accounts. After rectifying these errors, our suspense account is closed. That's all. No more mistakes are there in the accounting system. That's it. So this is the end of problem number 8. So after completing 8 problems, I hope students got some confidence, some command on this topic of rectification of errors. So if you are unable to follow, just rewind the video, again watch from beginning. In 2 to 3 attempts, definitely you can get a lot of confidence. Particularly this chapter, this topic requires more knowledge about entries, journal entries. If you are perfect in journal entries, then only easily you can understand. It is not, impossible. It's only difficult. It requires your patience, your interest, how much you are committed to learn this. So if you are satisfied with my lecture, give a like to the video. Share it in your group, in your friends, so that more students can get the benefit. Subscribe it if you have not subscribed, and give your comment about these lectures. I'll continue in the next video, the next problem.